You're walking down the street, or maybe you're just sitting in your living room. A friend is talking to you. Look at the cup on the table, you hear a dog bark outside, and suddenly it hits you. Your brain stops for a second. You have lived the exact moment before. You know exactly what your friend is going to say next. You know exactly how the light is hitting the wall. For a fraction of a second, it feels like you can predict the future. It feels like magic. It feels like a glitch in the matrix. The French called it Déjà Vu, which literally translates to already seen. For centuries, people believed this was a supernatural event. Some said it was a memory from a past life, others said it was your brain temporarily connecting to a parallel universe where a different version of you was doing the exact same thing. But in the last few years, neuroscientists have finally been able to scan the human brain while Déjà Vu is actually happening. And what they found is not magic, it is something much more terrifying. By the end of the video, you will understand what is actually happening in your head when you get that weird feeling. But to understand it, we first have to look at a specific group of people who experience déjà vu every single day, right before they collapse. In the medical world, it's a condition called temporal lobe epilepsy. Patients with this condition suffer from severe seizures, but doctors notice something strange. Right before the seizure begins, almost every single patient reports an intense, overwhelming feeling of déjà vu. It feels like the déjà vu you got, but multiplied by 100. This was a massive loop. I gave scientists a map. If people with episode feel déjà vu right before a seizure starts in their temporal lobe, it means déjà vu is not spiritual awakening. It is a neurological misfire. It is an electrical storm inside a very specific part of the brain. But wait, you don't have epilepsy. You are perfectly healthy. So why does your brain randomly short circuit while you are just drinking a cup of coffee? To answer that, scientists propose the optical desynchronization theory, or simply put, auto lag. Think about how you see the world. Light bounces off objects and enter your two eyes. Your eyes and your separate signals to your brain, and your brain slam together into one signal to hit the image. Normally, these two signals arrive at the exact same millisecond, but what if you're tired? What if you're stressed? What if there's a tiny microscopic delay in your nervous system? One eye sends the image of the room to your brain. A fraction of a millisecond later, your other eye sends the exact same image. Your brain processes the first image. Then, a microsecond later, it receives the second image. But because it has already processed the first one, it looks at the second signal and says, wait, I have this in my database. I have seen this before. You are basically experiencing a self-lag. Your brain is processing the same moment twice, slightly out of sync, creating the illusion of memory. It makes perfect sense. It explains the glitch. There's just one massive problem with this theory. Scientists realize that blind people also get déjà vu. People who have been completely blind since birth experience the exact same overwhelming feeling that they have lived a moment before, which means déjà vu has absolutely nothing to do with your eyes. It is happening much deeper. It is happening in your memory folders. Before I show you the actual feeling error your brains make that causes lie to you about reality, I need you to do something. If you want to keep exploring the dark secrets of your biology, psychology, and the glitches of human mind, click the subscribe button right now. Click the subscribe button right now. It takes you 1 second and helps me keep making these videos. Done? Okay, let's look at the memory folder. Your brain has two completely different systems for information. You have short-term memory, which handles what's happening right now, and you have a long-term memory, the deep storage vault for things that happened years ago. Usually, the system works perfectly. You experience an event, it goes into your short-term memory, your brain processes it, maybe while you sleep it gets transferred into long-term storage. During déjà vu, your brain makes a terrifying feeling error. Do a technical electron misfire. The current moment bypasses your short-term and memory entirely. The room you are in, the words your friend is saying, the smell of the hair instead of being processed and present, the data is dropped directly into your long-term memory folder. As you're living the moment, your brain is simultaneously reading it from the past folder. You are not remembering past, you are remembering present. Your brain is literally writing code and reading both at the exact same time, creating an infinitive loop of familiarity. You feel like you know what's going to happen next, but you don't. Your brain is just tricking you into feeling a sense of nostalgia for an event that's currently happening. But if your brain is dropping present past, why don't you actually go crazy? Why don't you lose your grip on reality? Because you have a built-in fact checker. When neuroscientists put people inside functional MRI machines and triggered déjà vu, they expected the memory center of the brain light up, but they didn't. Instead, the frontal lobe lit up like I would say. The frontal lobe is part of your brain responsible for logic, decision making, and hacking. During Déjà Vu, your temporal lobe shouts, "Hey, we have been here before. Know this." But instantly, the frontal lobe scans your actual historical data, it searches for a real memory of this exact moment, finds absolutely no evidence, and steps in. Your frontal lobe says, "No, you haven't. We made mistakes." Create that feeling. That weird, unsettling, almost nausing feeling of déjà vu. This is really your brain catching itself making a mistake in real time. It is the physical sensation of your system error being detected and corrected by your internal antivirus. It is proof that your brain is working perfectly, but this is not the déjà vu, a phenomenon that is much darker. It's called Jamais vu, never seen. It happens when you look at something you know perfectly well. Common word, the street you grew up on, the face of your own mother, and suddenly it's completely alien. If it's entirely unfamiliar, you know intellectually what it is, but the feeling of recognition is completely gone. You look at your hands and they feel like they belong to a stranger. Both déjà vu and jamais vu prove one terrifying and undeniable fact about human existence. You are not experiencing reality directly. You're sitting in the pitch black, silent hole. Your brain is collecting electrical signals from the outside, creating a 3D simulation of the world and projecting for you to watch. Usually the simulation runs smoothly at 60 frames per second. Déjà vu is just the moment the projectors keep frames. It is a brief, terrifying reminder everything you see, everything you feel, everything you remember is just a story your brain is telling to you. And sometimes storyteller gets confused. See you next time.